What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Panhandle Slam Outdoors. I've got some requests here lately to make a video about some of my fishing rod and reel combos, my inshore combos, and so that's what I'm going to do today. So I usually carry 5 rod and reels with me on my kayak, and that's just because the Yak Attack Black Pack that I keep on the back of my kayak has 5 rod holders, and they stick straight up, and it doesn't really matter. They're not in the way, so I just go ahead and carry 5. I've got 5 rods that I can use with it. So anyways, this is going to be the first one right here, and this is a Shimano Stradic 2500 HG, and I've got that spooled up with 10-pound Power Pro Super Slick braid, and all these reels are going to have the Power Pro Super Slick braid and 10-pound. That's just what I use. The rod that I've got on this one is a Shimano Terramar. It's a 7-foot medium action, moderate fast tip, and what I usually have this one rigged up with is something like that right there. This is a 1/4 ounce jig head, and that's that Southern Salt hoodwink right there. But I usually keep this one rigged up with jig head and something like that, and this is probably the rod that I use the most. I got this rod for a really good deal. It was on sale. I think these things are normally about like $180 or something. I might be wrong about that, but they're pretty expensive rods. I definitely like it. I don't know if I would pay full price for it if I didn't get it on sale. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. So this next rod is going to be another Shimano Stradic 2500 HG. They're about a year apart. I think one of them is a 2023 model and one of them's a 2024 model. Not sure which one is which, to be honest. But I got that 10-pound Power Pro Super Slick braid again. And this is a Shimano Talavera inshore, 7-foot medium power fast action. I really like this rod a lot. I think I like this one better than the Teramar, to be honest with you. And this one is not as expensive. I can't remember exactly, maybe like $100. And on this one I got it rigged up with a weedless jig head. That way if the weeds are bad or whatever, you know, I've got something weedless I can throw out there. And this is that Southern Salt mini shad I've got right here right now. And I don't think I mentioned it, but all these combos I usually keep rigged up with either 15 to 20 pound monofilament or fluorocarbon. I really don't care the difference. I think monofilament works just fine, but I think this is actually fluorocarbon right here. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. So this next combo is a Shimano Marval 3000. This is a really good reel. It's about $140. I've got that on a Star Seagus rod. This is a 7-foot medium, and not sure the exact specs. I think it's a fast action. There's that right there if you want to see it. And I always just keep a topwater on this one. I put it on one day and it worked good for topwater, so I left it on there, and that's how it's been ever since. So this is my topwater rod. Really good combo right here. I can't remember how much this rod was. I think I bought it from somebody actually, but I love this combo right here. It works really good. This next combo right here is pretty special. The reel is just a Shimano Sedona 3000. It's a pretty good reel. It's about 80 bucks. I think I got it for sale for like 50, and that's why I bought it. But the rod is the really cool thing. My buddy Steven made me this rod custom when I hit 100 subscribers. As y'all can see, it's just a really good looking rod. It's got some American flags on it, and pretty cool. It means a lot to me. I usually have a popping cork on this rod right here because I like to just have a popping cork in case I want to use one. But right now it's just got a hook and a split shot on it. But this reel's pretty good for the price. This is still that 10-pound Power Pro Super Slick braid, I believe. But yeah, I don't really know the specs on the rod because it's custom, but it's about 6'6", I think, and it gets the job done. The next combo that I usually keep on my kayak is this Shimano Nassie 3000. This is a really good reel for the price. It's actually probably the best bang for the buck, I would say, but it's about $100. I got that Power Pro Super Slick braid on there, and I got that on a Shimano Convergance rod, 7-foot medium power fast action. This is a pretty good rod as well. I think it's about 70 bucks. I got it on sale for like 50 or something. I always try to get the sales. I got a spoon tied on here right now, but sometimes I'll have like a wake bait or just whatever other random lure that I decide that I want to give a shot. But this is a really good combo right here, and this is actually, you know, not going to break the bank too much. Like I said, $100 for the reel, $70 for the rod, and that's if you don't get it on sale. Pretty good bang for your buck right here. This next combo, I don't keep it on my kayak all the time, but I do use it whenever I'm targeting like sheep's head or maybe some bull reds, like bigger fish, some fish that I might need to pull out of some structure pretty easily. And that is this Penn Spinfisher 5, I think, and it's a 4500. And this is just the combo that comes with it. It's a 7-foot. It's a 7-foot fast action. Not sure the power, probably a medium heavy. Yeah, it's just the combo that you can buy from the store, and it does a really good job for, like I said, sheep's head fishing, pulling some fish out of structure. It's got a little bit extra strength to it, so that's what I use for that. All right, so this last combo that I'm going to show y'all is one I just actually got today, or I got the reel today at least, and that's a Baitcaster. This is a Cast King Spartacus 2. I don't even have any line put on it yet. I can't say much about this reel because I haven't used it yet. But back when I used to bass fish quite a bit, I would use Baitcasters for bass, and but I always used the right hand reel. Well, the problem with that is on the kayak, especially my pedal drive kayak, how you control the rudder is on the left side. So if you got a right-handed reel, you're having to swap hands and stop reeling to turn the kayak. Whereas if you got a left-handed reel, you can just take your hand off of it, turn how you need to, and you're right back at it. So basically, I'm really just trying out a left-handed Baitcaster. This reel was like 40 bucks, and apparently it's pretty good for the price. That's why I got it. I wanted to get something that wasn't going to break the bank, that I could just try it on. And I feel like catching a big old redfish on this would be kind of cool because I'm not used to a left-handed Baitcaster, and I've never caught a redfish on a Baitcaster period. So that's why I got this. I'll let y'all know in the future how it holds up and all that. But I had this rod, I had another Baitcaster on it. It was something I use for bass fishing, but it's a Daiwa Laguna medium heavy 7-foot. Nothing fancy. I think it was like 40 bucks or something like that, but it ought to do the trick for what I'm trying to use it for. So that's what I usually take with me on the kayak pretty much every time. Like I said, if I was going to take 3 rods with me, I would take a jig head, like a 1/4 ounce jig head with some kind of plastic on it, a topwater lure like a spook or something like that, and probably like maybe a mid-surface bait like a Miravel or something like that. That way you can work all areas of the water column, something like that. Some of these combos that I've got are pretty expensive, and like I said, I've shopped the deals for them, and the only reason I really have them is because I found super good deals that I couldn't turn down. But if you're looking to just get into saltwater inshore fishing, I would suggest getting like a Penn combo. Penn makes some really good combos for a really good price. I think their bottom of the line is called a Penn Wrath. I don't know how much it is, maybe like 80 bucks. But they're really good reels. Penns are really tough, they last forever, so that's a good one to go with. And then Penn also makes some higher end combos. I think it goes to the Pursuit and then the Fierce and on up from there. But you could also get a Shimano reel. I really like Shimano, and the reason I really like Shimano better than Penn for kayak fishing is they're typically a lot lighter, and when you're fishing out there all day on a kayak, you kind of hold the rod weird because you're sitting down in the seat. Don't really know how to explain it, but a light rod and reel combo is gonna help you a lot when you're kayak fishing all day. So you might want to go with a Shimano reel, and I've always had good luck with the Shimano rods. They have a variety of price points, all the way from pretty cheap to expensive, and all the Shimano rods I've ever used have been pretty dang good. I've been happy with them. So if you want something a little bit lighter, I'd probably go with the Shimano, and if you want something that's just going to be tough as nails, you go with a Penn. If you're fishing off the bank or something like that, or in a boat and you don't really care about the weight of the rod, you can't go wrong with Penn. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different from what I normally do, and it's a little bit awkward for me to even stand out here in front of this camera and do this because I don't do this often. I'm not used to it, but I've got some requests, like I said, and hopefully this helps some people understand what I use and what I would suggest. And if you're looking to get into saltwater fishing, whatever, hopefully this will help you. As a lot of y'all know, I kayak fish, and I've got 2 kayaks. They're both Old Towns. One of them is the pedal drive, and one of them is the has the autopilot trolling motor. If y'all are interested in seeing me do a walkthrough through and review on those kayaks, y'all let me know down in the comments below. If y'all have any questions about any of this, any of the rod and reels, anything, y'all just let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to try to answer it. But like I said, I got a few requests, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it. I try to post new videos every week, usually inshore fishing videos from the kayak along the panhandle of Florida. If you're into that type of content, definitely check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing. I hope y'all have a great day and we'll see y'all next time.